All right, so our objective today is the students will learn characteristics of exponential functions in order to write an exponential function and sketch a graph of an exponential function. We're just sketching today. We're not making sure we're 100% precise, it's just a sketch. Here is where you see some exponential graphs in real life. The Ebola cases, so notice it's not a straight line, it's a curved line, and it sometimes will increase, and it kind of doubles itself sometimes or triples itself, but it's not a constant slope. The number of iPhones sold exponentially increased. It got more popular after 2008. And then the amount of a car depreciated, so it decays over time. So once you drive it off the lot, the amount it's worth goes down after time. So you want to determine, here is our equation, and we trying to determine what variable represents what. So in this general form, you have y equals a to the bx. A represents something, and b represents something. So what I would do is I would look at your y-intercepts of each graph. So these are all of your y-intercepts. And see if you notice where that y-intercept is in the equation. So label all your y-intercepts. And then I would also make a note of which ones decay and which ones grow. This is a decay. As you move left to right, it goes down. This is growth. As you move left to right, it goes up. Growth again. Notice this is a little steeper growth. And decay, because it's going down. So see if you can figure out which variable controls the y-intercept and which one controls the growth or decay. So, the A determines the y-intercept. Oops. And hopefully you notice the B determines growth or decay. So the growth, the graph will go upward as you move left to right. So if you want to make a sketch, A can be any number, but B has to be greater than 1 if it's going to grow. And then X can have any number as well. You want to make a note that bigger the B, so the greater the number for your B value, the quicker you will increase, the steeper it's going to increase. So the quicker the increase. All right, for decay, that's when your graph goes downward. So if you want to make a sketch, and again, A can be any number, and B has to be between 0 and 1. So notice it's not negative, it's between 0 and 1. And then again, X can have any value. And this time, the smaller the B, the quicker the decrease, or the decay. Okay? And so we're going to use our A and our B to sketch a graph. All right, you need to answer these questions. We'll do two together. Your y-intercept is 0, 5 in this equation. And that's because a equals 5, and 5a is the y-intercept. In this equation, it's growth. And that's because 1 3/10 is greater than 1. Okay? So you need to answer the rest of those questions on your own. And now we're going to learn how to sketch a graph. So we're not 100% graphing it accurately, we're just sketching it. So I'll show you how I would grade those. In this equation, your A is 3. I'm going to write it as a coordinate so I know where to graph that. So you come on your y-intercept, 0, 3. So you would get a point if you plotted the y-intercept correctly. Your B value is 5, which means we're growing. You do not have to worry about whether it's rapid or slowly. So you would just have to show starting at 0, 3 and growing. Okay? Over here, I would have to see your y-intercept of 0, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Your B value is 7/10, and it's less than 1 but greater than 0, so you are decaying. So I'd have to see a nice graph. Please remember to put the arrows on your graph so I understand which direction it's going. And then you need to finish sketching the rest of the graphs in your packet, and then you will get your next assignment. So you have to do these two, and those two.